Got another project in slim pickings lately. Oh my Atlanta, this is even worse than that KTM I picked up 2 weeks ago. This is when you can really tell I'm bored and it's slim pickings and I'm picking up garbage like this. This could be a good before and after video. I got this one cheap, it needs everything. The guy swears up and down that the motor runs, but he doesn't have any starter fluid left, he said, so we're gonna find out. If the motor is actually good, I'm gonna do a cheap restoration, you know, something where you can at least get your money back. This is the kind of bike, if you go crazy with it, you'll spend more than you could have just bought one running in good condition for. But I'm gonna try to, if it runs, I'm gonna clean this up and get this looking way better to where I still get my money back. I don't think we'll make a profit because it doesn't have a title, unfortunately. This is a street legal bike, but with no title, it's just a dirt bike, so that's gonna decrease the value of it. But I'm bored, just needed something to work on. All right, let's get a good look at this turd. Right off the bat, you see it's missing all the plastics. The tank's all rusted, missing the cap. It's rusty in there. Someone's got a screwdriver in the ignition. I ran the VIN, it's a clean VIN. No title, but we can see it needs tires, fork seals, all the bolts, grips, fairings, top of the triple tree if you want to replace the ignition because they broke that, new tank or clean and fix, a chain, probably sprockets, go through all the fluids, fix up the wiring, a battery, a seat cover. This thing, yeah, this stuff adds up quick on here, but we're going to hook up a battery and hit it with starter fluid and see if the motor is actually any good or if this guy was giving me a load of baloney. But this has the potential to clean up nice and look decent, but kind of stinks there's no title because it just makes this thing really like $1,000 or $1,200 bike. Overflow tank is broken and missing. The battery box is missing. This is missing just lots of little stuff that adds up quick. But let's get a battery and some starter fluid and see if the motor actually turns over. The tires are holding air. I put air in the tires. If the motor turns over, I'm gonna power wash it. But if the motor's junk, I ain't gonna waste my time. Let's see how long this takes to get this started. All I did was put air in the tires and I took the little blower and I blew all the leaves and heavy stuff off. I got a battery, a can of starter fluid. Here's my positive, here's my ground. And I took 2 screws. There was only 2 in here. This thing's missing all the hardware. I took 2 screws out of here to open up the air box. There's no air filter. There's no bolt to hold the air filter. This is one of those bikes, everything's missing and everything adds up if you try fixing all this stuff. So sometimes on the newer bikes you could find someone that did a full part out and buy all the hardware. Sometimes they'll sell all the hardware for like 50 bucks. But this one's an 09. It might, we'll have to see what's on there. But first thing we're gonna do is see if the motor turns over and if it starts. Because if this motor's locked up, I just wasted my money, but I was bored. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna start a timer. All right. So we're gonna put this used battery I have in there. And the guy said he thinks it had around 11,000 miles. Let's see how close he was. Last time I bought a rat like this, and they swore up and down that the motor turns over. It was seized. This didn't have a kickstart for me to try to turn it over. This only has the electric start. Alright, we got a battery hooked up. 16 seconds. Let's see if the screwdriver actually keys it on. Oh yeah, look at that. So it did key on. Yeah, 18,000 miles. Can you guys see that? 17951. I knew it was gonna be more. Everybody always be lying. Headlights working. Right blinker, left blinker is not working. Right blinker works. No left blinker. No tail light, no brake light. Alright, see if it turns over. Kill switch on. Oh, look at that, it does turn over. What do you guys think? Alright, that started on the starter fluid. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Okay, now we know the motor starts, so it's worth messing with this thing. So now that it starts, I'm gonna cover up that air box, take off the gas tank, and I'm gonna power wash this thing. And then once it's all clean, we'll start making a parts list with the parts we need to make it run. Then second list of parts to make it rideable, and then third, it'll be like 4. Then we'll do missing hardware, and then everything to complete the bike, and we'll see what we're gonna order, what's worth it and what isn't. But let's get it cleaned up. One more look before I power wash it. From here on out, it's just gonna start looking better. All right, we got this thing all washed up. This thing, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Like I said, this ain't gonna really be a money maker, but this thing will actually clean up nice. This will be a good before and after. All the black stuff looks better now that it's wet, but it's gonna dry out. Yeah, I'm gonna start going through it, making a parts list, order a couple things, get this thing popping. Okay, So I went over everything, found all the stuff that was missing bolts and found bolts for them. Okay, so went over this thing, everything that was missing bolts. I found some hardware from all the stuff I have, got everything bolted down, and then after that I had made a list of everything it needs, and then I took the carburetor off, so I had to unbolt the exhaust and the airbox, and then I'm going to clean the carb. Oh, I removed their battery hold down, a piece of wire. So yeah, I made a list of everything it needs. Took the carb apart. The carb isn't like super terrible. It's not really that bad. This stuff's a little gacked up, and then in the bowl there's a bee in there. How the hell did he get in there? But this has got a bunch of crap in there. The needle's got some dirt on it. So we'll clean up the carb, rebuild the fuel petcock. I got the gas tank over here with the evapor rust in there. So I'll keep shaking this around for the next day or two, and that will get all the rust out. And then I'll clean the rust off the outside, repaint that, put a new gas cap on it. Then the whole fuel system will be all clean. And then I'm going to order an air filter, oil filter, change the oil. And then it should have everything it needs to run, a new spark plug. And then after that, I can just lube up this chain for now, and we can take it for a ride. And then if it seems to run good and go through all the gears, I'm going to order the plastics and go from there. I'm not going to go super crazy. I'm going to do a budget build, but it's going to look, when I'm all done, I'm sure it'll look a whole lot nicer. It's going to look decent. And I'm deciding if I'm going to buy tires or just leave that for the buyer. Like, since this doesn't have a title, I probably won't get, you know, that much money for it. So I'll definitely get my money back. But if you had the title and it was still street legal, it would definitely be worth more. But it is what it is. We'll make it work. So I'm gonna order parts, and then the next video will be when I got the carb all ready to go back on and have it all running 100, and we'll go from there.